Now we're starting. So coming to sit on your knees, if that feels okay. So when I come into Virasana, my knees are together, my heels are apart so that I can sit between my heels. Now, this is not comfortable for me. I would have to sit on a block or a blanket. If you don't have that accessible to you right now, you can simply sit on your heels. That'll do just fine. Okay, so starting upright, sitting on your heels or sitting between your heels or sitting on a block. And just coming into stillness to start. Finding some stillness in this posture. Maybe letting your eyes come to close if that feels comfortable. And just taking a moment to land in your body, to land on your mat this morning. So feel that the crown of your head is reaching toward the ceiling, allowing your neck to extend. Shoulders relaxed. And follow the line of your spine all the way down to your tailbone. And then just take a couple of slow, even breaths. Feeling the ground supporting the bottom half of your body. Settling into your yoga practice this morning. Just about 15 to 20 more seconds here of settling, of landing, of being still. And then from this position, just allow your chin to drop toward your chest. And feel the weight of your head stretch your neck. Allow your head to roll toward your left shoulder. Maybe drop your right hand down alongside your body and just feel that nice release along the right side of the neck, the top of the shoulder. Good. Bring your head forward and just gently, slowly let it roll over toward your right shoulder. And find that release along the left side of your neck, the top of the left shoulder. Bring your head back through center. And just take A few more movements in the head and the neck that feel good. And then turning your gaze back to face forward. We're going to open the arms out like a T and bring the right arm under the left arm, wrapping up for eagle arms. Okay, so right arm is under the left arm. I'm going to turn to the side for just a minute. So notice if your arms are more like this, and if they are, lift your elbows to shoulder height. And then press your forearms together and maybe push your forearms forward a little bit. Okay, so really getting into the space in the upper back. Now we're going to add one more element here. I'm going to, so if my right arm is underneath, I'm going to tilt my forearms to the left, and I'm going to tilt my head to the right. Okay. So just a little, playing around with a little variation here to get a little bit more into the shoulders and the neck and the upper back. Okay, one more big breath in. And exhale, gently release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release the arms behind the back. Interlace the hands together, broaden across the chest, reach the arms back. Yeah. Good. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. Release the hands, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, open the arms out to the side. This time, left arm comes underneath. I'm pretty sure for eagle arms. Good, and then lift the elbows to shoulder height. Press the forearms together and then press the forearms away from your face just a little bit. So if the left arm is on the bottom, we're going to tilt the forearms to the right, and my head is going to tilt to the left. You're just playing around with a little bit of variation. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Good. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, release the arms down. Bring them behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Broaden across the chest as you reach your arms away from your back. So really stretching the front of the body. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Good, shake it out. Let's transition to hands and knees. If you want to use the playlist, now would be a good time to start it if you haven't already. And if you already started it, that's fine too. Let's make the transition to tabletop, to hands and knees. Yeah, and as you come to tabletop, to hands and knees, yeah, just start to make those first movements that feel good in your body. So your cat and cows and any variations here that feel good in your body. Take about, I don't know, 5 cycles of breath here to start exploring these movements. One more big breath in, big breath out. Really nice here. And let your spine come to neutral. So wrists aligned under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take the swoop out of your spine. And from here, extend your right leg back so that it's parallel to the ground. Yeah. And so once your right leg extends back, really check that your hips are level and that your lower belly is engaged. And then send the left arm forward. Yeah, so finding length in the spine, toning the lower belly for balance here. Press your left shin down, press your right hand down. Now keep your leg and your arm extended, but start to lower them as if you were just going to touch the ground with your fingertips and your toes. And now inhale, come back into extension. Exhale, lower to touch. Inhale to lift. Good, 2 more times. Just finding some movement while maintaining your balance and toning the body. Good, now from here with your left arm extended and your right leg extended, now bend your elbow and your knee and connect them underneath your body. So now it's like a crunch, yes. Inhale, find extension. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Just 1 more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Good. Release to hands and knees and find child's pose. Go ahead and sit back, seat to heels, arm variation of your choice here. And now from here, reach your arms forward in child's pose. And then send your fingertips over to the right. So just finding a little bit of side stretch here. So maybe the hips bump over to the left if that feels good. And reach through the left fingertips, finding a nice side body stretch along the left side of the body. Good. 1 more breath here. And then take the hands through center. And then take the hands over to the left. Good, bump the hips over to the right side, body stretch. And bring your fingertips back through center. Inhale back to hands and knees. And now send your left foot back, so the left leg is parallel to the ground. Level out your hips. Pull the lower belly up and in. Send the right arm forward. So coming into extension, first connecting with the ground so that you can find balance. And then keeping that extension, but just lowering so that the right hand and the left toes graze the ground. Good, and then inhale, lift them back up. Good, 3 more times. Staying in extension, but just lowering and lifting the right arm and the left leg. Good, really nice. The next time you come into extension, now bend the right elbow, left knee toward one another. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract, drawing them in. Inhale, extend. 2 more times, just connecting to your belly, to your core, to your balance. And the next time you extend, go ahead and release. Hands and knees, child's pose, whatever it is that feels good in your body here to come back to neutral. Good. From hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, come into downward facing dog. And we're gonna add a little bit of variation here as well. So take a couple of moments to move around in your down dog, to do what feels good. Move the hips from side to side, pedal the feet. Good. Really root down through your hands, spread the fingers equal distance. Yeah. Good. And then from your downward facing dog, take your feet wider so they're like almost to the edges of your mat. And then walk your hands closer to your feet so it's wider and shorter. From here, reach your left hand to the outside of your right shin. Okay, so maybe towards your ankle. And then peek under your right arm. Bend your left elbow and twist under your right arm. Okay, so I'm pressing with my right hand into the ground. My heels are down and I'm rotating to the right. Good, come back to center. We're just gonna switch sides. Left hand presses into the ground. Right hand reaches to the outside of the left shin. Bend the right elbow, twist under the left arm. One more big breath in and release. Walk your down dog back out to its normal length. You can move your feet a little bit closer together. Good. From downward facing dog, glide forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Good. Press the tops of your feet down. Fingertips in line with your chest. As you inhale, lengthen and lift just the upper body. And draw your elbows toward your spine. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Good. Tuck back into child's pose. Let your spine round and release. If you think it might feel good, you can interlace your hands behind your back. One more big breath in. Big breath out. And stretch your arms back towards the top of the mat. Inhale through hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And one more time. Inhale, glide forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale through your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we've got one more warm up. Come forward into plank. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. And then rest your forehead on your left forearm. Bend your right leg and reach back and see if you can connect with your right foot or ankle. Good. Now, if you've connected with your right foot or ankle, think about drawing your right hip toward the ground. So you're stretching your quadriceps. So yeah, go ahead and rest your forehead on your left forearm. Yep, you got it. And just take a couple of breaths here. I think you can see me if you need to. Drawing the right hip down. One more big breath in, just really isolating the stretch so it's in the belly of the quadricep. One more big breath in, big breath out. Good, release the right leg. If you need a visual, I'm on my mat. I'm gonna bring my left arm out to the side. My palm is facing down. It's like half of the letter T. And I'm gonna roll to my left, onto my left side. So I'm stretching the front of my left shoulder. Okay, if you have more flexibility, you can bend your right leg and step it behind your left leg. Okay, if this is too intense on your left shoulder, bring your left hand closer to your left hip. We're not going to stay here very long. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Roll back onto your belly. Bring your right forearm under your forehead. Bend your left leg, reach back for your left foot or ankle with your left hand. Okay. Now think about drawing your left hip toward the ground. Feel the stretch move into the center of the left quadricep, the belly of the muscle. And one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Release the left foot. Extend your right arm out like half of the letter T, palm facing down. And now I'm rolling onto my right side. You can stay here or you can bend your left leg and step it behind your right leg. So you can see me from behind now if you need that visual. Just one deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, come back onto the belly, hands next to your chest, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog, however you want to get there. From downward facing dog, walk your feet to your hands. We'll meet in a standing forward fold. Couple breaths here. Plug the feet into the ground. And just feel the whole back of the body release and stretch. On your next breath in, find a halfway lift. Hands into the thighs, very nice. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen all the way up to standing. Arms extend upward. We're going to move right into sun salutations. Exhale, fold forward here, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always choose to stay in down dog and just breathe. Or you can glide forward into plank, lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale through your cobra, your locust, your up dog, whatever it is that you're practicing today. And then we meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, look forward between your hands, move your feet to your hands. Good. Continuing to build heat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward, right into the next one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog, or move right back through your version of chaturanga. And move with your breath. slow and controlled, using the whole breath for each movement. Kneading back in downward facing dog in the next couple of breaths. Exhale all of your breath. Look forward between your hands, move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. One more sun A, just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog, or move right back through your flow. And from downward facing dog, take one more breath in and out. Empty your breath completely. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good. Moving through a lunge series. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg steps to the back of the mat into a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward into plank. So just one breath per movement. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, left foot steps up to meet the right foot, standing forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, we gotta do the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward into plank. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends back. And step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine just a little bit. Exhale, right foot steps up to meet the left foot. Glide all the way back up, nice long spine. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, moving on. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right leg steps back, right shin to the ground. Bring the arms up, hold here. Find that connection to the ground, pressing your right shin down and tugging your left heel back. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, drop the left arm down. Find a little bit of a side body stretch. So you might lean to the left, but you might just reach your right arm up and get longer on your right side. One more big breath in. Keep pressing down through your right shin. And as you exhale, right hand comes down to the inside of your left foot. Left arm comes up for a twist. Option to tuck the right toes and lift your right knee. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Inhale, get long. Exhale, rotate. Finding that twist. Hips stay level. One more big breath in. Press through your right heel even more. Exhale, left hand comes down. Step back, downward facing dog. Option to move through a flow or just stay in down dog. Good, really nice. Let's meet back in downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. All the way down. Good. This time, left foot steps back. Left shin connects with the ground. Find your low lunge. Arms come up. Good. Find some support for your lower back by firing up the inner thighs, by really connecting to the ground. So left shin presses into the ground. Right foot presses into the ground. Lower belly draws in. Good. Keep the left arm up. Drop the right arm down, finding a little bit of side body stretch. Yeah, if you want a little more support for your upper body, you can bring your right forearm to the right thigh. That's a great option. Good. One more breath here, lengthening the left side of the body. And then bring the left hand to the inside of the right foot and draw the right hand up toward the ceiling, coming into a spinal twist. Option to tuck the left toes and lift the left knee. Good. Strong legs here. Spine is long. Chest is broad. Really nice. One more big breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Step back, downward facing dog. Decide if you need a little more heat or if you want to just stay with stability and strength in downward facing dog. We've got a couple of breaths to explore here. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Really nice. One more big breath in. Exhale. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Bend your knees, find chair pose. So sinking your weight into your heels. Your feet can be together or they can be hip width if that feels better. Take a peek down and make sure you can see your toes. Okay, if your knees are covering your toes, try sitting back a little bit further. And if you feel like there's a big swoop in your back, try lengthening your tailbone and drawing your abdominals in a little bit more. Good. One more big breath in, you got it. Exhale, fold forward. Really nice. Inhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. We're coming into crescent lunge now. So high lunge. Right heel's gonna stay lifted. Make sure your feet are on separate tracks, and then lift your arms up toward the ceiling when you feel balanced. Good, yeah, finding that length in your tailbone, finding that stability. So we're really looking to feel stable and strong, to feel balanced. Good. Soften your gaze on something that's not moving, and just trust that you'll be able to follow along by just listening. Good. One more breath right where you're at. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart in prayer. Good. And now lengthen your upper body forward, like you're gonna hover over that left thigh. Good, continue to find strength here. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, find prayer twist to the left. So the right elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh. Good, press your hands together, lift your heart toward your hands. Good, activate your back leg more to find balance. So this is a tricky balance. If you fall out of balance, that's okay. That's part of the practice, is bringing yourself back in. That's why we do it. One more big breath in, you got it. Exhale, hands on either side of the left foot, straighten the front leg. This is your release, it's pyramid pose. So if you wanna hop that back leg in, go ahead. We're lengthening the upper body over the left thigh. Okay, if you have blocks and you want to put your hands on blocks, that's a great option here. So the legs are straight, but they certainly don't have to be locked here. So if you need to put a little bend in your legs, that's okay. Couple more breaths here. Finding length in your spine over the left thigh. One more breath in, one more breath out. Good. From here, bring both hands to the ground. And now keep your right hand where it is. Bring your left hand to your lower back. Good. See if you can find a little more length in your spine. So maybe lifting your upper body up a little bit higher. Good, and then start to rotate your upper body toward the left. Okay, this might be as far as you go for a revolved triangle, or maybe the left arm extends up toward the ceiling. Yeah, it's just revolved triangle. Okay, you'll get some relief for this in just a minute. Maybe turn your gaze up towards the left hand, spine is long. Exhale, left hand comes down. Bring your weight into your left leg, lift your right leg up into the air, and rotate your right hip open for half moon. So this should feel pretty good. Okay, this is also a balance challenge though, so it might be challenging. Yeah, if you want to bend the top leg and reach back with your right hand to connect to your right foot, that might feel good to open up the front of the body. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, bring both hands down to the ground. Rotate your hips so they're facing the ground. Right leg stays lifted. I know. Stay with me. And take one more breath in. Okay, this might be tricky. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to bend my right leg and I'm sending my right knee to the outside of my left foot. I'm coming all the way down to seated. And I'm going to end up in a seated position with my left leg bent on top of my right. So if it's not, just take a look. My left leg is bent on top of my right. Meet me there Left hand comes behind the back for support. Right arm comes up. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. So just a seated spinal twist. Inhale, get tall. Exhale and twist. Good, big breath in, get tall. Exhale and twist. Gently unwind and let your upper body rotate to the right now. So just a counter twist. You can let your spine kind of round and release to the right. We've got one more posture on this side. Coming back to center. And bring your feet out in front of you. Grab onto the back of your thighs. And come into boat pose. So a little bit of core. Lift the chest. Pull the belly in. You can stay right here. You can straighten the legs. You can reach your arms forward. 3 breaths wherever you're at. Two more breaths. One more breath. Good. Cross the ankles, roll forward, find downward facing dog. Option to hang out in down dog, to take a child's pose, or to move yourself through a chaturanga, your choice. Yeah. Good job. One more breath in. One more breath out. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Take your feet a little bit wider than hip width. And you can reach down and either grab your big toes with your peace fingers and your thumbs, or really any variation here of a forward fold, okay? So if you've grabbed onto your toes, maybe you bend your elbows out to the side. The knees can be bent here. Yeah. Just give yourself 5 breaths here before we move on to the other side. And one more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Hands stay on the ground here. Now let's just step the left foot back and come into crescent lunge on the other side. So you should be on the other side now. When your legs feel like they're in the right place, arms come up alongside your ears for high lunge. Yeah, right leg is bent nice and deep, left heel is high. And steady your gaze. Find length in your tailbone. One more big breath in. Exhale, hands in prayer at your heart. Stay lifted on your breath in. And as you exhale, lengthen your upper body over your right thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, find your prayer twist to the right. So it's left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press your hands together and lift your heart toward your hands, elbows wide. Legs strong. Find that connection to your inner thighs. You've got one more slow breath in. One more slow breath out. Release your hands to the ground on either side of your front foot. Straighten your legs, pyramid pose. Adjust your stance if you need to. And now check out your hips and decide if you need to adjust your hips. Does that right hip need to slide back a little bit? Does the left hip need to slide forward? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Feel your feet on the ground. One more big breath in. One more breath out. And release your hands to the ground if they're not already there. Bring your right hand to your lower back and just find some length in your spine. So maybe lifting your left hand a little bit higher. Good, crown of the head reaches forward. And then start to rotate your chest toward the right side of the room. Yeah, so it's revolve triangle. You're rotating towards the front leg. Good. One more big breath in. See how long you can get in your spine. And then bring your right hand down. Shift your weight into your right leg and lift your left leg up. Now you can externally rotate the left hip for half moon, standing half moon. Okay, so maybe the right arm opens up to the ceiling. Maybe you bend the top leg and catch your foot with your hand and open up across the front of the body. Okay, if the balance is really challenging today, just know that that's all it is. It's just a challenge. This is just a practice. One more big breath in. Good, release your top foot, rotate your hips down, keep the left leg back. Good, and then bend the left knee and slide it to the outside of your right foot. Good, so coming into that seated spinal twist. So if it didn't, that didn't happen easily, the right leg is just bent on top of the left, I think. Yeah, right hand comes behind your back to support your upper body, and the left arm is going to come up and rotate to the right, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, or maybe just even grabbing onto that knee if that feels better. So just a seated spinal twist. One more big breath in. And exhale, release. Good. Come to face forward. Oh, I forgot the rotate in the opposite direction. Yeah, that's good. And just for a breath or two. And then come face forward. Lean back on your hands, untangle your legs, give them a shake. And let's come into another boat pose. Yeah. So either grabbing onto the back of your thighs. Yeah, or maybe reaching the arms forward, connecting to your core. Yeah. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good, release. And let's come back to downward facing dog. Meet me there. And if you feel like you want to move through a flow, go ahead and do that. And take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Lift your right leg up into the air from three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and open up your right hip. Good. So think about pressing the right hand forward as if you're going to stretch that whole side body here. Look forward between your hands and slide your right knee forward, coming into half pigeon. So right knee angles toward the right wrist. Yeah. Left leg goes straight back. And from here, if it feels good, you can go ahead and just fold your upper body forward. Yeah. So I had so much planned for this class. I'm totally running out of time. I hate when that happens. But we're going to come into half pigeon because I think that's going to feel really good. Yeah. And let's take just a few more breaths here. Getting into the outer hip, outside of the right hip, front of the left hip. Start to press your hands into the ground, gently lifting your upper body. And start to bring yourself back to downward facing dog and shake out that right leg if you need it. And if you need to move through a chaturanga to kind of rinse out the side, feel free to do that. And then eventually we'll meet in downward facing dog, left leg lifting up. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. And then press the left hand into the mat, like you're going to press it forward. And then slide the left knee forward for half pigeon on the other side. Set yourself up so that your hips feel level. And fold your upper body forward. We're going to settle in here for about 5 breaths. So as you feel your body settle, as you feel your body moving back towards more stillness, maybe check in with your breath. Notice where you feel breath in your body. Notice if there's anywhere you might be holding on to tension or stress where you could release. And could you soften your shoulders here or your neck? Could you release your jaw? One more big breath in. Big breath out. Start to lift your upper body back up. And press back to one last downward facing dog so you can shake out that left leg. Good. Bring yourself forward into plank. Lower all the way onto your belly and turn over onto your back. So we're going to set up for bridge pose just to open up the front of the body. So feet will, you'll bend the knees, feet to the ground. Reach your arms alongside your body as if you were going to touch your heels. Make sure your feet are just about hip width, maybe even a little closer. And then press your feet into the ground and lift your hips. Yeah, good. Maybe draw your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Interlace your hands under your back if that feels good. And press your arms down. Good. Think about drawing your chest toward your chin. And then gently press the back of your head into the ground. Okay, hips lift up. Inner thighs draw toward one another. Feet press down. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, think about slowly lowering the spine down from top to bottom. Good. From here, let the knees fall open, soles of the feet together, recline bound angle. Connect with your breath and just feel your body starting to settle. Draw the knees toward one another. And let the knees pull in towards your chest and maybe circle the knees or rock side to side or maybe happy baby, whatever feels good to massage out your lower back. When you're ready, we're going to move into a spinal twist, letting the knees or the legs fall over to the right. So spinal twist of your choice. If there's a leg variation that you like to do, you can do that, or you can simply just drop your knees to the right. Out. Doesn't have to be complicated. The arms open up like a T, or maybe cactus arms, or maybe they even go up over the head if that feels good. Just a couple of breaths. Bring the knees back through center. And take them over to the left side. So just switching sides. Come back through center. And start to make your way toward your final relaxation posture. Finding a place where you can get still for just about 2 minutes. As you settle into stillness, take the time to scan your body and to notice what it feels like as you come into this final practice of being still. Letting your body release and settle after your practice. In the next few moments, consider deepening your breath. Beginning to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Take your time. Start to make the transition back up to seated. We'll complete our practice together. You're sitting up nice and tall. Bringing our hands together at our heart. And together we fold forward, sealing in your yoga practice. Namaste. Have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining me this morning. Enjoy the sunshine. Feel free to say hi if you want.